All right, we've got ourselves the first tournament game is a go. My teammate is Ark, seat 4, so not great start. We got a pretty good. This is a pretty high elo lobby. You got Inoki, you got Dev, got Tomahawk, you got a team captain playing their first game. Freakin's playing. This is pretty good. Nailed it. Let's see what we got. So 1-5 is red. I wonder what my teammate's role is. Of course, E9's 3. That's fine. These games are not timed, but they do have a sort of time limit on them. Oh, we got another red. Ha! Looks like Ark is liberal. Uh, um, they're not timed, but they do have like certain rules that you have to follow. Ark signal. He's getting shaded so hard. He's got to be liberal, especially after that comps. It's like 1-5 has 1, 3-7 has 1. And I'm sure Ark is just liberal. Just take 4-6. Looks like he's gonna get 9'd. Take 6-1. 6-2-2-4. I don't see any difference between playing 4-6 and then 6-2. Oh wow. Oh wait, that was an Inoki. Never mind. Alright, so Freakin already is kind of getting liked. Like, he's getting picked a lot here. I think there's a high chance that he's going to win this game. I'm not a betting man, though, but we do have Ryan Lockwood here. One of the vice captains. The vice captains are generally better than the captains. Tomahawk is Pigeon. He's a pretty good player, not bad as well, but I would still rate his vice captain Benjamin higher than him. It's pretty much true for all the captains except for Pingu. Okay, so 6-2 conflicts. I think he insta SC4 here. But let's see what happens. Like, I don't see how you avoid SCing 4, and I still think this is a fascist win already. So 1-5 was red, red, red. Uh, 2-6 was RBB. Force, and it's now comped. 7-3 was red, red, red conf. This plays a blue. So we got 3 blues claimed and only 1 blue down. That's very unfortunate for liberals. Which, I mean, it's higher chance that my friend is liberal, my teammate. Oh my god. How is this gonna go down? It's interesting how the tournament is laid out, because you only play one game, right? You play 3 games total. Unless you're a vice captain or a captain, you can play 4. And then it's just whichever team has the most wins, I guess, wins. And then there's like... There's probably more scoring that they'll do. 3 looks horrible. Can the lib resign to me? So, I wonder what's going through Freakin's mind. I'm lib, it's evident. Play. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no reason to not SC4 here. Yeah, 2-6 has a fash. So does 3-7. So it's like... I don't know. I think 3 is fascist. Oh, 3. Yeah, that's not too bad. Five hasn't resigned to me yet. Nailed it is just terrible. Terrible chat. He's talking about the fact 3 could have easily dropped. The lib should be able to see it. 6 claiming that he's lib because he doesn't take 4-6 as a pile of shit. Yeah, that is stupid. 6 is very obvious finish. I definitely think, okay, in the conflicts, I would say 3 is more fascist than 7, and 6 is more fascist than 2. Um, there's not really a specific reason why you wouldn't just take 4-6 over 6-2. There's just not. I mean, the when this comps, it's 1-4-5. When 4-6 comps, it's 1-2-5. Like, that doesn't make a huge difference. I guess it does make a slight difference because now 2 is a blue precedent. It's a lot easier to SE him than to SE4 here. So, but 3 blues, there's supposed to be 4 blues claimed, so there's a blue missing. 4 hasn't touched. We've got, this is taking a lot of extra time, that's for sure. There's people keeping track of the time. And I think if you stall too long that you'll be docked points or something like that. Oh wait, no, I think the way the rule works, it's not stalling as long as there's like 2 people in a position of power that are talking. So like right now the people in positions of power would be 1, 4, 5, 6. So as long as like there's 2 of those people talking, it's not really stalling, and they're definitely all talking. So I guess in that sense you can kind of stall indefinitely. This is where timer games kind of make the game a lot more streamlined. Like the high percentage plays to just SE4. Kind of like to sneak in a DM to Arc. But at the same time, I don't want to distract him from the game. Oh yeah, just realized I'm not zoomed in all the way. Sorry about that. My RR is real. Why am I not comping? I mean, there's not really a great reason why. Like, fascists like talk like this a lot. They're like, oh, well, if I was fascist, I would have done this instead. But it's like, you know, as fascists, you try different things out sometimes. Sometimes you do things differently just to be different. And on top of that, it's like, sometimes it's just objectively worse to conflict, you know? We know that 1-5 has maximum 1 fascist. So it's like, would you conf there? Maybe not if you got RRR. Maybe if you're not Hitler and you got RRR, you probably wouldn't conf. There's not really a reason to. If 5 is your fascist, you're just making the game harder for yourself, not easier. Because at that point you're kind of already up a creek. You need an RRR from the libs to win, but and then a conf, and then hopefully they pick you in veto zone. I mean in Hitler zone, but not a great idea, to be honest. This is taking a lot of time. Okay, so 4-5 have both decided that whoever one chooses in 4-5 is the SE. Ark, I'm not reading your shit, you're completely useless. Give me a minute. I hate when people say that shit. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, oh, you're useless. Like, what do you expect him to say? If he's liberal in seat 4, he would have expected somebody in seats 1 or 5 to resign to him. I think Inoki's going to get SC'd. Yep. Not even close. This is the real issue with stalling. The real issue is the longer you stall, the easier it is for you to push a non-meta sort of play like this when you need it as fascist. That's why it's bad. Otherwise, it's fine. Like, if you're liberal in stalling, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. He picks 7. I mean, that's a good pick. I agree with it. The way 2 talks, but what about... Oh, that's Dev saying that. So Dev is going to lose this game, question mark? That kind of sucks. That's Pingu's team. I kind of had high hopes for Pingu's team. His team's supposed to win. I'm not sure who's representing what team. I know Ark is on our team, and we're team 3, and I know Dev is team 5. And Pigeon in seat 2 is team 1. And Freakin is on Claire's team, on Ray's team. And Inoki is on team 2? Question mark. I think he's on team 2. I guess I could pull up the thing. It would take me out of the game. I won't bother. Why would I resign? Save time. Okay, they didn't hail. Red or blue. This is still the first deck, by the way. Yeah, it should be blue. Should have been 2 blues. There's a decent chance 5 got RBB there. Deck count is 4 blues. It's not 3 blues. It's 4 blues. Hopefully somebody. It's 4 blues. 2-6 was RBB, and then 6-2 was conf. So conf on cards, by the way. And then they just got a blue, so that's 4. Yeah, Dev's got him. Glad somebody's got it. Not really important to figure out. They're going to TD repeat. What's 4's lines? Well, 4's lines would be 1 of 2 6, 1 of 3 7, and 4. I mean, it's the same as 1 or 5's lines, to be honest. It's not important. Like, if 4 is fascist, that just means 1-5 is lib, and they got red, red, red. Which is totally feasible. They're going to TD. It's a new deck, I don't get it. Okay. This looks like a fascist win. I really hope my teammate is fascist. It's a new deck. I don't know. Go 5-6. This is the problem with, like... The problem with ever advocating for yourself like this is you're just Hitler. It just feels like Hitler. Like, freaking feels like Hitler. Saying go 5-6. Like, oh, I'm resigned to 5 being liberal, and I want 5-6 over, a CNH. Because we need too many blues. I want 5-6, 6X. That's what I really want. I'm just like, Arc is resigned to Inoki being lib, so GG. I definitely think 3-6 is a Fash team versus 2-7. And then it's just 1 of 1-4-5. You really hope it's 1. That would be the best. It really is just the people. You don't need to talk to Ark because he's not in a position of power right now. You'll find that putting people like Ark in positions of power is actually advantageous for you. If you're a fascist. Like, it's kind of like well known, obviously, that if you see a weak liberal, you that's the one you want to make confirmed lib, because they're the ones that are most likely gonna, make a bad shot and do whatever, make sure that you have a high win percentage. But there's another argument to be made for really strong players, or at least middlingly strong players, players that are above average in terms of skill, that nonetheless are kind of ignored. You put them into power and they'll just love you for it. He picked 6 anyway, so I mean, I guess if 6 is Hitler, he's played this game perfectly. Inoki is just terrible. Such quick votes. It's like they spend so much time talking about SE, and they're just like, then they all just vote. So 2 9s. I think everybody else yaws. Oh, even 2 yaws. Hail. Okay, it's not even hail. Wow. Yeah, it's just 5-6. Well, that's what you get. Yeah, Inoki's even Hitler. It's great. Well, that's the first game in the books. Should be a fascist win. I put this game on 1. So my read on Freakin' was right. My read on Ryan Lockwood was wrong. Not that I think the conf in 3-7 really didn't matter all that much. The conf in 6-2 is the big one. And then just figuring out who's lib. If Nailed It is lib, he needs to take a better position. He needs to pick the liberal. He can't just be like, oh, 4, you're useless. I'm gonna yaw 5. Like, that's bullshit. You have to think. Lib 1 went quiet. Excuse me? They outed. I hope they don't get yawed here. Wow, Ark. No, that's terrible. Play 4. Right, like he didn't pick you, Ark, so you just 9 this. Wow. What? How did this get yawed by 5 people? Okay, this game is really bad. I'm not so confident anymore. We win. 7 was liberal. Obviously, Freakin' was fascist. That wasn't even hard. It was. I literally had the exact lines. Wow. Let's see. The post chat is good. Good SC. See, I almost called it exactly. I was like, freaking stalled. Forever, and then he SC'd 5. It was so easy to read that, like, man. And then it's just like, yeah, nailed. Ark's not even wrong. Fucking get nailed. Why don't you just SE4, buddy? It's just a higher win rate. Like, when he SE's 5 after, like... Man. I don't know why 4 and 7 are yawing 6-7. That's bullshit. I mean, they would have won anyway, but it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I guess Nailed It is right. If 4 is going 4-5, it's also a loss. It's never a 100% loss until a fascist gets in Gov in veto zone. And even then, it's not a 100% loss. They can still get RBB. So it's like... I'm not sure I follow Nailed It's logic. When 3 is confirmed fash, you look awful. And Pingeon's just raging that they didn't TD. That doesn't matter. I'd like to hear who lost this game. That's kind of the other thing, if you're going to be fascist, preying on weak liberals. People love to point the finger at the weak liberal that they called useless during the game. It's like, you read him wrong. I'm only defending Art because he's on my team anyway. So it's like, I don't know. There's definitely some things Art could have done better. Yeah, like, definitely TD. I mean, that's just a given. That's not really anything important. Well, yeah, I mean, that's okay. I don't know. They're not talking about anything important right now. The game was lost at the SC when they didn't 9 it, not after Like, them yawing a gov in veto zone that's clearly has a fascist and it does not matter. Like, the game was already over by that point. You just have to read it. Like, I said 3. It blows me away how easy this game was to read. Like, it's like 3 is more fascist than 7, 6 is more fascist than 2. And, I'm like, so if 6 is fascist, they're just going to SE their fascist. And their fascist is never 1. That's an important thing to remember as well. I didn't say that during the video, but 1 is probably liberal. Which is why I thought my teammate had a good chance of being fascist, actually. And it would have been good. Could this game have been different? If Ark had been Hitler instead of Inoki, this game could have been different. Freakin' would have had to try and push Ark instead of Inoki, but I think it's an easier play. I think the stall to push on Inoki is indicative of the fact that it's actually harder for him to get 5 to be Yod. There's no difference in the shot. The shot's always going to be an out. Yeah, of course he did. Like, I literally said that too. I was like, okay, so 5 got RBB. It's amazing how much of this I freaking said. Just go back in the video and watch it, man. Like, it hurts. It hurts how easy this game was to read and that we lose it anyway. Not even getting close, only 2 liberals down. Sucks. Well, I mean, duh. This is like, okay, at this point they're just talking like banal nonsense that is completely pointless. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut the recording here. Hope everybody enjoyed the first game of the tournament. Sad we didn't get a win, but oh well.